Hey gang, people are always watching my YouTube videos, asking me what kind of cameras I use, or asking me what kind of camera I think they should get, and I'm the right guy to ask. I've worked professionally as a camera operator and photographer, but I've used all kinds of cameras, all the way down to the cheapest consumer cameras. Someone just wrote me and they said, Travis, I'm coming to the Philippines, I need a video camera. A GoPro is a good camera, right? And I said, yes, a GoPro is a good camera for what it's intended to be used as. But I asked them, how do you intend on using it? They said, I just want something simple and small that I can slip into my pocket, and whenever a fun moment comes up, I can take it out and capture that. And I said, well, if that's all you're going to use it for, you might as well just use your cell phone. You don't need the added benefit of the higher frame rates and things like that. It's just overkill for what you want to use it as. And now, what do I use? Well, as many of you know, a few months ago, my home was burglarized, all my gear was taken, but for the past few months, this is what I've been using. The bare minimum of what I need to create the documentaries and the interviews that I've been doing is this. Just a basic, dedicated video camera. And you're probably saying, Travis, what about for me? I can just take my cell phone out, capture good HD video. I don't need a camcorder, no one uses those anymore. But there's some reasons why you may want to also buy just a dedicated video camera. First one is, cell phones generally don't have optical zoom. This one here has a 32-time optical zoom. So let's say you're a soccer mom and you're way back in the bleachers. Are you going to take out your cell phone and capture the game? It's going to look ugly, shaky, unusable. The players are going to look small like ants. With this, you can zoom right in on your kid, get those cool shots. The other cool thing that you can do with a zoom is you can get shallow depth of field, which basically means that you could throw the background out of focus so it's all blurred while the subject's in focus, and it's just a very nice, pleasing shot, especially for portrait type of shots. The other thing is audio important to your videos? Are you going to be doing something where you're talking to the camera and it's important that people clearly understand what you're saying? Well, this camera, not all consumer cameras have this, so check before you buy, but this has an external mic jack, which if you're doing anything where you talk at the camera, this should be a necessity. You see those interviews I do, those man on the street interviews? Well, I need something like this. I can't do it on a camera that I can't use an external microphone for, especially if you're in a place like Manila that's very noisy. It's a must. So you can buy an external mic, plug it right in, and you can go on Amazon or eBay and buy something just like this for $20 to $30, which is nothing for great audio, and that's so important, especially if you're doing videos like this where you talk to the camera. Now, many of you have been watching that new vlog series that I've been doing that's very different for me and just captures very natural moments from my life. Well, that wouldn't have been possible without this. This is a Canon Vixia Mini, and why this is a very neat camera for a few different reasons. What makes this different from a GoPro is this is designed for self-shooting, for vlogging. Let's say you're out, something just happened and you want to comment on it, you just whip this out, you flip the screen back so you can see yourself, and you start recording. Oh, hey, this just happened here. No one else was here to shoot it, but I can capture everything that happened around me with this. And it's just like that. And I like to use this in conjunction with my other camera. As a B camera, I can have two cameras rolling at the same time, get some really neat shots because this has a fisheye effect, and if you're really creative, you can do some really interesting stuff with it. But if you don't want that distortion, it also has another setting where you can crop in closer and not have that fisheye effect. Now, the third type of camera that people buy is a video camera, and what we're shooting this on right now is a DSLR. We're shooting this on a Canon T3i that we borrowed from a friend, and these type of cameras are for people where image quality is the most important thing. Say you're going to do a film that you want to submit to Sundance, but you're on a budget. This is probably the type of camera that you're going to want to buy. And this gives you the most cinematic image quality, but there's a few things to keep in mind. These cameras, they're a little bit more expensive than these other types of cameras. And the other thing is, you're probably going to want to buy some different lenses, and lenses can cost more than the camera. Also, you're not going to want to do handheld shots that are shaky and amateurish looking. You're going to want to buy a shoulder rig, which is going to cost you at least a couple $100s. And if you're spending all this much money on a camera and lenses, for God's sake, don't put it on a $25 tripod. Buy a tripod that costs at least a couple $100s. These are more for people that are doing video professionally, not people that want something simple to use. If you're not a camera person or a techie and you want a good image, you're better off going with something like this, just a regular video camera that all you got to do is turn it on and it's easy to work and it looks good straight like that. I'm really grateful that Canon loaned me these couple cameras and they've allowed me to do some different things that I couldn't have done with my other gear, especially with this Vixia Mini. So I've been having all kinds of fun using these. And when buying a camera, what's really important is to ask yourself, how do you want to use it? And maybe you have a cell phone that takes pretty good video and that you always have on you and is convenient, but there's still reasons why you might want to buy another dedicated video camera. And remember, there's no such thing as a perfect camera, only the perfect camera for you and your needs.